Welcome, everybody, to A Perfect Waste of Time, the monthly podcast, the Casting for Two spinoff that has absolutely no guests, not one single guest on this program. There's only friends. And my friend today is the wonderful, the beautiful, the super talented singer, songwriter, musician, doggy parent. Carson Hill is here today. Hello, Carson.
Yay! Hello, thanks for having me.
Of course.
That was a great introduction.
Oh, one breath, one take. That's it. I'm done. All right. So can you?
Perfect.
You know what? We're gonna do a new week. It's your podcast. I'm gonna take a nap.
Oh no, the pressure's on.
Yeah. Well, for you, not me. I'm okay. Well, whatever happens, happens. Okay. Good night. No.
Yeah, you're taking the nap.
Yeah. No. It's that's another thing. You know, we were talking about new things. I never do intros with the guest, and I always feel awkward doing them because, like, oh, you're just kind of sitting there like, okay.
If it makes you feel better, I feel just as awkward when somebody introduces me, whether that's like on stage or in like a two-way conversation with somebody new, and they're like, "This is Carson. She does X, Y, and Z," and you're just kind of awkwardly standing there like,
"Hey,
hello,
hey."
Yeah.
Do you have moments of, oh no, I got to live up to this person that they're describing now, even though it is you?
Oh, 100%. Every single day. People will be like, Carson, she's just so sweet and so like kind, and she does music and she's so extremely talented. And then people are like, she's so witty when she writes songs. And I'm like, oh, now I have to bring my A game into this conversation. Like, if I just am having an off day where I don't feel funny or I'm overthinking everything I say, I'm like, great, now I have to try not to be awkward.
Right.
And I got to like impress these people.
And then you're just like, I got to go. Nice meeting you. Bye.
Yeah. It's like when somebody says, oh, this is like the smartest person I know. And that person's just like, great. Now I feel like I have to prove how smart I am.
And they're picking their nose and like, oh, geez.
Yeah, they catch
right.
it like the worst moment.
All right. I guess I'll be smart. Yeah. Whatever. 12 times 12, 144. There. Good done. Bye. See you later. You know,
way better than I could have done. That is for sure.
As a kid, I feel like that was the peak for me. Like, yeah, I'm smart. 12 times 12, 144. Get out of my way. Done.
You have the one fact memorized.
That's it. That's all you need is one fact.
Maybe that's what I should do, is just come up with like some fake song lyrics and be like, yeah, I just wrote this standing here, and then just toss it out every time.
You know, but I feel like for you, it would eat you up and be like, man, that was kind of good. Maybe I need to write, like, hopefully I remember.
And it gets me out of the conversation quicker, because I'd be like, actually, guys, I gotta go write this song. So nice to meet you.
But you just got here, and then you're gone. But she didn't pay for the check, and then gone.
Oops.
You know, inspiration. That's when it happens.
You can't stop it.
Well, so what this podcast is I'm going to ask you one question, topic, subject, whatever, something that we may both know. One of us might know, or none of us might know. And we'll get through it. So far, I haven't asked a question that we both don't know, so we're okay there. But I wanted to make it a little bit more geared towards the I guess the singer songwriter creative part. So for the question today, what's a challenge you faced as an artist that made you stronger?
Ooh. Okay. I think for me, it would be, as a female, you're very much told from a very young age that you have to stand out compared to all the other girls. Because, you know, guys, they can all dress the same, they can all sound the same, and there's like 15 guys on a label who all look exactly alike, but they don't say anything to them about it. But as a girl, you're kind of like, well, we already have a Taylor Swift, or we already have like a Kelsey Ballerini or a Casey Musgraves or whoever, Olivia Rodrigo if you're into pop, and Sabrina Carpenter. It's like, we already have those. What makes you different?
Right.
And so you're kind of challenged. I mean, I've been doing this since I was 12. I was told a lot, we already have a Taylor Swift.
Mm-hmm.
We don't need another one. And it's just kind of like, but I'm not her. And I never claimed to be her.
Right.
But because I have similar, you know, style or songwriting or whatever traits. And so
woman
having
in
that
music.
yeah, girl who plays her guitar.
Right.
Hair is slightly curly.
Yeah.
Even though it's, you know, dark brown instead of blonde, and I have brown eyes instead of blue eyes.
Right.
And she's tall and model-esque, and I'm not. Like, and so being told that and being challenged with that growing up in music, it forced me to be like, okay, well, what does make me different? Like, how can I grow my own personal brand, putting that out there? And how can I change up my songwriting? Maybe I am listening to too much of her music. Maybe I am like, maybe I need to break out of this box that I enjoy and challenge myself to write a different style of music, or challenge myself to maybe sing a little bit differently. So I think having that challenge of, hey, you need to look and be different than everyone else in this industry, it's really hard to hear, but it's worked out for me because it forced me to grow and to figure out who I truly am. And some of that stuff is still going to overlap. I mean, I can't change the fact that I have curly hair and I'm a girl with a guitar, but I can figure out ways that it makes me unique.
Yeah. Yeah. I feel bad that you were pigeonholed, you know, just because the world around us. But it's nice that you were able to just be like, you know what? Let me just take a look at myself and what I have to bring, what I have to offer. I feel like that when it comes to content creators, they don't ask themselves that. They just go, I'm going to do this. I'm like, okay, but what are you offering? Like, I'm going to start a vlog. Okay. Why? And don't,
like, what are you trying to do with that? Yeah.
Like, don't come to me and tell me that, because I'm going to be like, what makes you interesting? And sometimes I sound horrible, but it's true. I'm like, why would I watch you? Like, what makes you interesting?
True.
So.
And I think when you're like a songwriter, and it's funny you mentioned vlogs because I've started doing that on my YouTube a little bit. But for me, I am a consumer of certain people on YouTube who create vlogs. Yeah. And it's like, well, why do I like watching them? And what about my life would somebody else possibly be interested in? Like, what do I have to offer? And I think if you can ask yourself that, you're more likely to find exactly where you're meant to be.
I don't even care if it's, I have to offer, I don't know, something that somebody else does. I'm like, okay, but at least you're going to do your version of it.
Yeah.
So, because obviously the world's been going on for quite a while, and originality is kind of, I don't want to say rare.
Nothing's new.
Yeah. It's like there's a lot of songs about heartbreak, but what do you have to bring to heartbreak? Yes. And what can you put into it? I think that's way more important than.
And I love that you like ask people that too. Like you say it might be kind of harsh, but I think sometimes even the most harsh criticism I've ever gotten in my life, when people ask me that, even if I don't necessarily agree with all of the critiques or whatever, or like the pushback, you can always find a nugget of truth in what someone's saying. And that makes you look inward and be like, okay, maybe there is like a little bit of truth. And it makes them think about it, you know?
Yes. And, I feel like part of that comes from the old person in me that's just like, these kids today, they walk around, they just think they can do whatever they want. But I'm just like, as much as things like this is a lot easier, and I welcome that. That's awesome. But yeah, I'm just like, what makes you interesting? Like, you eat chicken nuggets, you wear Crocs, and like, okay, and then what?
But I don't know who you are.
Right.
I just know the things you're doing. Like, I don't have any sense of who you are or what you stand for or what you believe or who, like, how you would be on the street if I met you. Like,
yeah. There's. Oh, this is gonna be super like old manish, but I'm already there. I don't care. I feel like there's a lot of people without a personality. And, I get it. They watch stuff and then they're like, ooh, I'm this guy. I'm that guy. And then I'm just like, okay, but who are you? And I'm guilty of that. I grow up during the emo days, and I didn't identify with the emo at all, but I love that phase so much. I still do. I rocked the.
I went through it too. I get it. We've all been there.
I rocked the sweatbands on my wrist, the wearing all black Chuck Taylors. I mean, I was a Hot Topic goth, but whatever.
Oh, I love that.
Whatever.
Love that.
But eventually I morphed into, oh, I'm this guy. Okay, that's fine. But of course, yeah, I just always, I don't know. I just feel like I like the human element in something, and the personality, the voice. And if you keep borrowing from other people, like what's so great about that?
No, I literally, not to bash this guy, I dated someone who did that though. It's like he would pick personalities that he liked, and it would be like a weird hodgepodge, but at the end of the day, I don't feel like I really knew him, and I don't feel like he really knew me, because he didn't know himself. So it's like you can't really know someone when you don't even know who you are. And I think you said it. I actually agree with this. Maybe I'm an old lady too. I don't know. But I'm like, I do think people don't have big personalities anymore. I agree with that, because I'll meet people and they're like, you're so bubbly. And I'm just kind of like, am I bubbly or am I just personable?
Right.
Like, do I ask you questions and maybe you're just not used to people asking questions?
Right. It's, I am one of the, like, I take Ubers and stuff, and I'm the guy that I like to talk to the Uber driver, because I'm like, let's go deep. Like, what's going on? And, for like a 10, 15-minute ride, I know their life story because I'm just talking. I'm just asking questions. And my girlfriend goes, how did you find out so much? I just asked a question, and then they told me that they love miniatures, and he showed me the book of it and said this is what he was working on. I'm like, I don't know, I just asked questions.
If you ask someone anything about themselves, that is one thing I think is universal. People do tend to love to talk about themselves, even if they're introverted and they're shy. Like, if you ask anything about something they like, they'll go with it. Like,
right. It's just, and part of the podcasting thing is, I've always been curious about people and what makes them tick. But now when I talk to other people, I have things that I can just like, oh, I was talking about somebody who did that, and then I'll just create a conversation with somebody just because, it's a domino effect. Like, oh, I heard this, so let me ask them this. So I don't know. It's I don't know.
I love that though, because I feel like podcasts have brought back conversations that people used to have with their friends. It's more intentional, and I kind of do hate that people have to be more intentional to have deeper conversations now.
Right.
But it's nice because now people are making the effort to bring it back, and people love it because everybody listens to a podcast,
Oh yeah, no, absolutely. And are you somebody who, like, what's the quickest you've gone deep with a person? Just like, okay, let's do this. Let's unbag my personality. Yes, I'll tell you about my parents. Fine,
I am totally working on this because so I have a sister. Not to throw her under the bus, she's a very private person. She's always been a very private person.
Yeah.
And I think growing up with someone like that, like, she'll share things with me, but she could have like a completely other life that I would know nothing about. Right. And then she would mention it like 10 years from now and be like, actually, I was doing this other thing. And I would be like, what?
Actually, so I'm Banksy.
I mean, really, like, she is so mysterious, and I love that about her. Yeah. But I like grew up with a sister who didn't, like, we weren't the share everything sisters. We're close, but we're not like spill your guts close. So I think as an adult, my first reaction when I meet people is I will share something deeply personal. So I want you to feel so comfortable around me because I am so, like, I have a lot of social anxiety. I'm very introverted by nature. It doesn't seem like it when I talk to people. But like when we stop this call, I will probably overthink every single thing I said.
Yeah.
And so like I automatically will spill my whole guts just to be like, see, I promise I'm not judging you. You can feel comfortable around me. Like I'm a safe person. And I'm really working on that because I get deep fairly quickly in conversations just because I like to know, I'm kind of like you. I like to know why people think the way they do. And even if I don't agree with somebody, I mean, you can imagine what dating me is like. Going on a first date, I'm like, tell me everything. I want to know. And even if like we're better off as friends, I would do that on a friend date. I would be like, okay, we're new friends. I want to know everything about you.
Right.
Because I just am such a deep, like I jump in and I'm in it once I'm in it, and I'm super loyal once I'm in it. And so I love to know a lot of things about people and the why behind it. It's my favorite thing.
Yeah, I mean, that's the discovery part is always a fun part of.
Yes.
And you know, speaking from my end, my personal experiences, again, getting older, I'm like, oh yeah, I did do that. Okay. Yeah, it's just like, oh, like, you know, I've lived my life. I know what I did in my life. And then it's just like, oh yeah, I did do that. Okay. That's right. You know, it's just kind of a nice, I mean, I'm somebody who lives in the past, but still I'm just like, oh man, yeah, that was fun. That was wild. I forgot about that.
And like when you're talking to someone else and you're sharing this stuff, it might be old news to you, but if somebody's like, tell me about your best memory at 18, like what's something really big that you accomplished at a young age, you could sit there and start thinking through all the things, and then you're like, you know what, I have lived a pretty cool life, like this is worthy of sharing.
See, you know, I think that's pretty cool. I mean, and again, you're talking to somebody who always shares, so I'm like, yeah, I get it. I get what you're saying. Oversharing, it's fine.
I am such an oversharer, and I do probably need to pull it back just a little because it can hurt you in the long run sometimes, but I never want to not be an open person because I don't know. I just like people who are very transparent.
Right. It's I feel like if you're just open and honest, it saves so much time in the later, like down the road, because like, okay, well, you know everything. I didn't lie about anything, or like I don't know. I you know, as kids, did I tell the fib or two? Absolutely. And then you grow up and it's just like, it's not worth it. It really isn't.
Not worth it.
No, let me just be honest, and then all my cards are out there. I'm not even a competitive person. I hate winning. Whenever I play games with my girlfriend, I'm just like, sure.
I'm sorry, I won.
Yeah, I feel bad, and also there are times when I have a winning hand and I'm like, fold, whatever. I don't care. Cuz I don't. It's not it, you know, it means more to somebody else, so okay, they can have it. I don't care.
Oh, I actually relate to that. And I am competitive. That's the hilarious thing. It's so at odds inside of me. Because I'm like, I want to win.
Yeah.
But also, I have been in situations where if someone else is like visibly upset if they lose, I'm kind of like, ooh.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Sorry, I win.
Sorry, I just kicked your butt this board game.
Sorry. Get better.
Yeah, you need to step up your game there, bud.
Yeah, I'm just so non-competitive. It doesn't matter. Like, I'm just like, who cares? I'm not going to remember this win.
So what I'm hearing is we would have the ultimate chill game night if we ever hung out in person.
Yeah,
that would just be.
Now
be like, oh, I don't care. You can win. I can win.
The only time I know I've been competitive is if my buddy is with me and we're on a team, because we share the same brain, and for me, it's funny if I talk in our language, and we'll win that way because I know how to talk to him, and especially if it's like charades or I can go off the road and he'll follow me and he'll know. So I guess it's more about the absurdity that I like.
It's like you're excited you're more excited over the connecting with somebody else on such a level that you can win.
And nobody will understand. That's what I love about it. Because it's just like you don't have our brains, so how could you understand?
I love that.
Yeah, I'm a huge bit person. I believe in the bit. I believe in the story, and if something aligns with the story, I will go with it. I can commit like no other person as long as it's funny. I'm fine with that.
I am the same way. I will commit to a bit to an extent. I will say there is a point where I am so afraid that I'll like miss the part where it stops being a bit and everyone else is done, but I'm just like, oh wait, no, haha, I'm still, and then I just end up looking dumb. So I'm like a very much commit to the bit, but also pull back and just make sure everybody's.
Wait, we done here?
Like, are we still doing this? Because I'll be doing it till the day I die if nobody tells me we're done.
I'll be in it. Next time you see me, I'm still in it. Just letting you know.
It, yeah. So you guys know.
But Carson, do you think that we have wasted a perfect amount of time?
You know, I think just the right amount. Yeah.
Just the right amount. Okay. Good. And for the people at home who'd like to keep up with everything that you're doing, and all that fun stuff, where they do that? Yeah.
They can go to carsonhillmusic.com. That's probably the best, most central location to find me. And if you would like to hear more wasteful time things, I don't even think I said that right. I do have vlogs on YouTube and music stuff and all the time wasters.
I saw you paint your room.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
Like, talk about a time waster. I even filmed myself watching paint dry.
Yeah. I mean,
looking for it.
As a person who likes like remodeling and house flipping and just I'd watch paint dry. Yeah, absolutely.
I'm really into like the time lapse stuff in my vlogs lately, like cooking a meal and time lapsing it, because it's relaxing.
That was my whole thing during COVID, was just watching people renovate in a room. No talking, just time lapse. I don't give a crap about the host, because
like, let me just feel like I got something done.
Everybody loves everybody loves the Property Brothers, but they make it always about themselves, and I don't care about that. I care about the room. Okay, I don't care if you're failed magicians. I just want to see the room done. So
show me the before and the afters.
Yes.
I get to it.
Yeah,
I get it.
Look, okay, you're married to Zooey Deschanel. Who cares? Just get the room done. So
better yet, have Zooey come on and show the before and after.
Yes, whatever.
Behind that.
Whatever. You know, I'm just I have HGTV is just.
Oh, God bless him.
Yeah, that's why
YouTube's where it's at these days.
Like, you know, this one guy never says a word, but he does the entire bathroom, and I'm like, perfect, wonderful,
love it. It's all in one like 5-minute video.
I mean, yeah, and you know, I'll watch like a 30-minute video. I don't care.
I will too.
But Carson, I will let you go. Thank you so much for.
Thank you.
Yes, being here. And are tornadoes over?
They're done. It's looking like just a rainy day now.
Okay. Well, I mean, rain's fine. Yeah. Water the grass.
I'm all for that.
Yeah.
I'm going to just hang out at home now for the rest of the day.
Perfect. And you're not going to wonder if you overthought.
No. We wasted the perfect amount of time. I don't feel like I overshared anything crazy. We're good.
Perfect. But you have a wonderful rest of your day, okay?
You too.
Thank you.
Thank you.